Today, I'm going to show you guys the 5 charts that suggest whether Bitcoin has bottomed or not, and whether you just missed your last chance to buy Bitcoin under $30,000. Okay, a lot of people are confused. Bitcoin is the best performing asset in 2023 and has rallied by over 80% from its $15,500 low in November 2022 to today being worth over $30,000 at the time of recording. But let's not be confused. This is something Bitcoin has done on 4 previous occasions in history, okay? When Bitcoin puts in a bottom around 1 year before the halving, it rallies explosively and catches most people offside because they're not aware that the Bitcoin halving is a year away, meaning the new amount of Bitcoin being supplied onto the network is about to get cut in half. And today, the Bitcoin halving is around 377 days away as Bitcoin is just pumped by over 100%. So to answer the question of, is this time different and whether you may not see a sub 30K Bitcoin ever again, I want to take you guys back in time and actually analyze each of the previous bear markets in a little bit more detail to explain what is going to come next in 2023 for Bitcoin and whether you will get one more chance to buy Bitcoin under $30,000. So let's take a look at the 2011 Bitcoin bear market. So Bitcoin experienced a 93% crash in 2011. Most people called it dead, okay? Everybody thought Beanie Babies 2.0 was over, but no. Bitcoin surprised everybody by rallying by over 260% in the space of only 49 days. That's right, Bitcoin rallied from around $2 on the 18th of November 2011 to over $7 by only the 5th of January the following year, okay? It caught everybody off guard, and it only took Bitcoin 32 days to go from that bottom at $2 to hit $4 in December 2011. And the reason we bring up that metric is very important because a lot of people say that a bear market in an asset officially ends when it actually doubles in price from its low, okay? Obviously, we have lots of bear market rallies, but typically you don't see a double in price in a bear market rally. So moving on, let's see what happened in the 2015 Bitcoin bear market because something similar happened, okay? Bitcoin rallies explosively to end the bear market. So we can see here in 2015, Bitcoin put in a little bit of a capitulation crash that sent it just under $200 in August of 2015. And guess what happened? Bitcoin rallied from just under $200 to over $500 in the space of only 120 days. That's around 4 months' time, and that is a gain of 150%. Worth noting that that $200 low wasn't the absolute low that was put in some 12 months prior at $170, but we didn't spend much time under $200 in that 2015 bear market. And let's have a look at the 2018 bear market because something very similar happened. Bitcoin ended its brutal 84% decline in the 2018 bear market to rally by over 260% in the space of only 91 days. Okay, Bitcoin rallied from $3,800 to over $13,000 in the space of literally 3 months, catching absolutely everybody off guard. And in that bear market, it took only 150 days for the price of Bitcoin to double, okay? The Bitcoin low was put in at around $3,200 in December of 2018, and we hit $6,400 in May of 2019. Okay, so that's very interesting. And what's even more interesting is looking at today's bear market because the price of Bitcoin has rallied from $15,500 in November 2022, and today, some 145 days later, Bitcoin is knocking on the door of $31,000 at the time of recording this video, meaning Bitcoin has nearly doubled in price. And again, it is looking very similar to prior bear markets, okay? Once we do double in price, there is no turning back. That's it. The bear market is over if we're looking at historical data. So what we know so far is that each drawdown in the price of Bitcoin each cycle is getting smaller and smaller the older that Bitcoin becomes. This is natural. Bitcoin is becoming a more and more mature asset, and each time there's a large drawdown, more and more buyers step in to buy that dip. And what we're also seeing is a little bit of a different trend. Each time that Bitcoin experiences one of these massive drawdowns from an all-time high, the time for the price of Bitcoin Bitcoin to double is actually getting longer and longer. And that's because Bitcoin is becoming a larger and larger asset class, meaning it's taking more and more capital to push the price of Bitcoin back up. So let's take a look at the double D metric for each Bitcoin bear market. We can see in 2011, the double D ratio was 32 days. It took 32 days for the price of Bitcoin to double. In 2015, it took 70 days for the price of Bitcoin to double. 2018, 150 days for the price of Bitcoin to double. And today in 2023, we're about to double in price, and we've experienced 145 days since that $15,500 lows. So this very interesting double D metric actually suggests that, yes, Bitcoin could be about to end its bear market. And of course, we're talking about days to double. That is what the double D metric means in the Bitcoin space. But moving on, what do we know? The Bitcoin halving is coming, okay? Exactly. 367 days away, the Bitcoin halving will be here. And this is why a lot of people think that Bitcoin has, in fact, bottomed, okay? That's something else we're going to discuss. Lots of people think that Bitcoin hasn't actually bottomed yet. And we're going to get to that later when we start talking about the correlation to equities market. But taking a look at this chart, we can see that the price of Bitcoin begins to rise around 1 year away from the Bitcoin halving. So this chart actually puts all of the charts that we just looked at and slaps it onto the one graphic. So they have the 2011, 2014, 2018, and 2022/2023 bear markets on the one chart. And you can see Bitcoin bottoms around the same time before each Bitcoin halving, okay? And the bear markets are very similar lengths. So we can see in 2015, the bear market was 426 days. In 2018, 365 days. And today in 2022, the current bear market is somewhere around 390 days since we put in that bottom in November 2022. So if we're looking at merely a time standpoint, it would suggest that Bitcoin has in fact bottomed. And if you want to learn more about these Bitcoin 4-year cycles, where we typically see 3 years of bull markets followed by 1 year of brutal price declines, I would encourage you to check out the video we did on this channel around a month or so ago when Bitcoin was about $19,000, where we looked at why Bitcoin goes through these 4-year cycles. And just quietly, we did predict Bitcoin had bottoms in that video a few months ago. So check that out. We talk about why the Bitcoin halving rewards get cut in half every 4 years and why that drives the price up and down. But today, I wanted to just focus on just how quickly Bitcoin can rally in these bear markets, because it's something that's not talked about enough, okay? Lots of people say that you're going to get lots of chances to buy a Bitcoin bottom, and the data suggests quite the otherwise. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think? Do you think the Bitcoin has bottomed? What do you think about the Bitcoin double D metric? Do you think it's accurate? And do you think that Bitcoin hitting $31,000 is a sign that the bear market is over? If you've made it this far into today's video, I'm sure you're probably wanting more. So I'm going to recommend you check out the newsletter/article that I wrote on this topic earlier in the week. There is only so many charts and graphs I can cram into one 10-minute YouTube video. So that Substack article is far more detailed that we looked at in today's video. So check that one out if you're interested. And something else I just wanted to add is the fact that, yes, we've talked a lot about Bitcoin price going up in today's video, but it is absolutely irrelevant from what's really occurring here in the Bitcoin space. Bitcoin is a revolution. It's about banking the 2 billion people around the world who are unbanked, and it is about creating a form of money that has no rulers and everybody follows the same rules. The price of Bitcoin going up is just an indication that Bitcoin is becoming more adopted around the world, and that's all that matters, okay? As we say, NGU is good for Bitcoin, but as Alex Gladstein says, what's more important than NGU is actually FGU, and that is freedom go up. As number goes up, freedom also ends up going up because Bitcoin becomes more adopted and more mainstreamed. And with all that said, if you did enjoy today's video, feel free to slap a like on it and subscribe to the channel. Doing those two things really does help us actually grow our channel and improve the quality of content that we're pushing out over here on YouTube. And before we close this thing out, I want to quickly thank today's show sponsors who also help improve the quality of content over here on YouTube. And with all that said, guys, I really hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.